Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So, I just wanted to make a quick video talking about West Ham. It's been a while since I've had one, of course I was hoping to do match reactions to every game. It's not been that easy, I haven't actually had the time to be able to do it. So I haven't actually done one since the Spurs game when we lost 3-2. But if we have a look at the results since that game, after we lost to Tottenham, we went on to beat Swansea 1-0. Of course, that was a Sacco late goal, and it was a very bad match. It was awful to watch, and we luckily scraped a goal, Sacco scoring in the last minute. Then we went away, played to Burnley. I only managed to catch the second half of that game, but we looked good, and we just screwed it up at the end. Carroll was stupid, got himself sent off, and we conceded. I think it was like the 85th minute. Let me check. Does it say? 85th minute, yeah, Chris Wood scoring that header. And then Friday night happened, and I didn't want to do a video because I would have just gone, I would have just got too annoyed. It was such a bad performance. It was so poor. We lost 3-0 to Brighton, of course, and we just looked absolutely awful. Watching some of the West Ham fan TV fan cams and some of the stuff that was being said on them, it was all right. And then, of course, they were like saying whether Bilic should get sacked or not, and whether he was going to get sacked. A lot of people saying he would, but he should, but he's not going to. And then Sky Sports was saying, talks about Slaven Bilic's future, whether he was going to be sacked or not. Of course, it's come out that he hasn't. Apparently, he's got 2 games left to save his job, but that's been going on for months. He's had 2 games left to save his job, and somehow always manages to scrape out a result. So, of course, we've got Tottenham tonight. I wanted to get this video out before the Spurs game. We've got them in the Cup. I very much doubt we'll get a win. If we do, then that's good. We're into the quarter-final of the Cup. We beat Spurs again at Wembley. But if we don't, then it's not going to be surprising, If we win tonight, then that's good. If we don't win, then it's not surprising. So I think we've got a win-win situation. If we lose, who's really going to be that upset? Who's going there expecting us to get a result? No one. If there's a West Ham fan out there expecting us to get a result, then you're deluded or just really, really optimistic. I mean, I'm normally an optimist, but I do not see us winning tonight at all. If we do, then good on us. But with even only 2 players from, I think, who played against Brighton are meant to start today. So we've completely changed our team, and the team we played Friday was arguably our best team. And to go on from our best team making 2 changes against Tottenham, who are resting Kane, but does that mean they're going to rest Ali and Ericsson and all their great players? Lloris probably will get rested, but it doesn't mean they haven't got a good keeper. I think they still have Michel Vorm, who's a decent keeper. So I really don't see us getting a result at all. If we do, then good job on the lads, but I just don't see it happening. And then we've got Palace on Saturday. And again, I really don't see us winning. They did lose 4-1 against Bristol City last night. They lost 1-0 to Newcastle at the weekend. But then before that, they beat Chelsea 2-1 at home. So, who really knows with Palace? They've had the worst start to this season. Worse than ours. But we were expecting to do better things than fighting just to be out of the bottom 3. I think we're just out of the bottom 3. If I can load it up on my phone, I think we're 17th on goal difference because Everton lost 5-2. We're 16th from goal difference. We're on 8 points, and then Stoke we've got minus 9 goal difference. Stoke have minus 10, and Everton have minus 11. So it's literally goal difference, which is keeping us above the relegation zone, which isn't good enough considering some of the players we brought in. Arnautovic Friday night was absolutely dreadful. If he plays again like that on Saturday against Palace, then I really don't know. Spending 25 million on that, absolutely ridiculous, awful. Javier Hernandez, you can argue he hasn't had the service that you're expecting. He's playing him as a lone striker. He's playing him on the wing. He's not playing to Hernandez's strength. But still, he's not really done much. None of the players have. The only players I will give any credit to this season so far is Zabaleta and Joe Hart. Joe Hart is an exceptional goalkeeper, If we can get him on a permanent, that's great business. It's our defence that has really let him down. And Zabaleta's absolutely solid again. He's been brilliant. They're the only 2 players I'll give any credit to this season. The rest of them, nothing. No, our midfield is lackluster. We got nothing in midfield. Kiarte and Obiang on Friday were absolutely diabolical, absolutely poor. Noble should probably start tonight, whether he does or not. He probably will, to be fair. Giving him a game against Tottenham in a cup, he's probably going to come in again. But the defence has been poor. I'll say Font has improved, but Friday night he was awful. But then again, the whole team was, apart from Zabaleta, and Joe Hart made a couple of good saves. They're the only 2 players, honestly, all season I'll give any credit to. The rest of them have been shocking. And something needs to change. The manager's not going to change, which means the players, they have to start fighting for him. Bilic has to absolutely tell them what to do. Apparently, after the Newcastle game that we lost 3-0 to, bearing in mind we lost 3-0 to 2 of the promoted teams in Brighton and Newcastle. This is the first time, I'm pretty sure this is the first time Brighton have been in the Premier League. That could be wrong, but I think that's right. We managed to scrape a 2-0 win, luckily, I would say, against Huddersfield. We didn't look good on that night. The only games we've won this season are lucky results. Lucky results against Huddersfield and against Swansea. We haven't played a good game all season. You can say 3-0 against Bolton in the Cup. Bolton are in League One. I mean, that's not a good result. We should be smashing them even more than 3-0. But the board won't sack him. The board won't leave. We have to stick with Bilic, just the way it's going to be. They say unless things get desperate, which is maybe because we lost 3-0 to Brighton, that's why they're giving him 2 more games. If he loses both these games, are they going to sack him? I don't think they will. I really, honestly don't think they will. I think they'll keep him for the rest of the season, let him go in the summer for free. That's what they're going to do, and we'll bring someone in. I really doubt that they're going to sack Bilic. It's just not going to happen. As West Ham fans, we have to know that, we have to understand that, and we just have to get a move on and get behind the team. It's all we can do, to be honest, because it's just a bad situation we're in. But nothing will change. Literally, the players need to start working. Will we get relegated? I honestly don't know. It's possible. I'm not going to lie, it's possible. If we carry on playing the way we are, we probably will get relegated. We'll be lucky to scrape our way out of this situation. That's what I think. Is Bilic good enough to keep us up? I think he is. The squad's good enough to keep us up. Maybe we'll bring in some signings in the start of the season. After Christmas in January. But I don't really see any players that are going to come to the club. And if Bilic is going to leave, then what's the point of him signing any players? Why would the board, if they know that they're not going to keep Slaven Bilic, why would they spend money to get players which that the next manager's not going to want? Unless they're talking to the next manager, whether it's going to be Mancini, Pellegrini, Wagner, Marco Silva. Who else is in contention? Maybe Sean Dyche. Who else has been mentioned? I think there's some more, but I can't really remember at the moment. But if maybe I think a couple of managers in Germany. But if the board are talking to someone who they want in the summer, why would they bother buying players for Bilic when they can just wait it out and because what if the manager doesn't want them players, and then what? We spent however much on him, we'll probably get half the amount back. That's a waste of money. At the end of the day, David Sullivan and David Gold are businessmen. And I think Karen Brady's got them wrapped around her finger, and that is the reason why we're in this situation. But they're not going to. I just don't see it happening. You know, I'm struggling to point into words, but I just don't see it happening. And as for if we get relegated, how much money is that going to cost David Gold and David Sullivan? So much more than if they sack Bilic and bring in an interim manager. That's an option. Apparently that's been spoken to. I was listening to the podcast between Sex, Drugs and Cole and ex-employee with Matty Everington on. I was listening to that this morning, and they were saying about getting an interim manager in for 6 months. And is that going to happen? I honestly, if they sack Bilic, yeah, they probably will, because the other managers aren't going to leave where they are at the moment. So I can see it happening, but we'll just have to see. This is an important week for us. Hopefully we can get a result tonight. If we can beat Spurs, that's huge. And hopefully we don't lose to Palace, because that's embarrassing. And I really don't want us to lose to Crystal Palace. But I'm pretty sure I've said everything I wanted to say. I'm just hoping that we can turn it around before Christmas. I want Bilic to stay for the remainder of the year if he plays well. Obviously, at the moment, I want Bilic to leave, because bringing in fresh ideas of new man for the players to play for, it's just really toxic at the moment at West Ham. It really is. But I really just, if Bilic can stay for the remainder of the year, that's good. You got to remember what he did in our last season at Upton Park. How huge that was for a season for West Ham in our history. A brilliant, brilliant season. You could say it was down to Payet, but who put the teams together? Remember, Payet was out injured for about, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 months in that season, and I think we only lost 2 games. I mean, that's got to be down to Bilic. You can't say, oh, Payet was the reason for that season. It wasn't. It was Slaven Bilic. But then the 2 seasons after, this season and last season, have been a bit of a disaster. But we still finished 11th last season with arguably a worse squad. So if Bilic can get the players playing again and we can start digging out results, we can get a good finish in the season. Bilic can then leave as a hero. Maybe not a hero, but he can leave with his head held high. He's done a good job in his 3 years, had good 3 seasons, and he doesn't leave at with the situation we're in now, because that would just be really poor for him. But anyway, that's all I've got to say. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hopefully we can get a result tonight. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.